In early 1989, President of Socialist Romania, Nicolae Ceausescu, received from Iulian Vlad a report about the talks in Malta, between the two great superpowers of the time, the United States and the USSR. The report talks about a new equilibrium in Europe, and redefining the spheres of influence. What is not known is that, together with the information mentioned above, Romanian spies, who were busy Operation Malta, have brought a map. This document produced domestically, in time, the resignation of one Chief of General Staff of the Romanian Army, and an aviation catastrophe, one of Balatești, 1995. Externally, everything contained to that time in the map occurred, or is about to occur. On October 31, 2000, Generalul Chelaru, General of Army Corps at that time, the Chief of Staff of the Army, announced a press conference, ad hoc, late in the evening. He said, into the amazement of assistants, that mafia structures trying to destabilize Romania and enclavization, southern Oltenia, without offer other details. After several hours, the reply of Ministry of Interior, through General Mircea Mureșan, said, "We can talk about organized crime elements generated by low levels of living, by poverty." The next day, on November 1, Generalul Chelaru resigned from the post of Chief of Staff of the Army. What happened, really? In 1992, William B. Wood, Chief Geographer of U.S. State Department, former ambassador to Afghanistan, gave the publicity a map with new borders of European states, which would have changed under the strategic interests after the fall of the communist bloc. Namely, understanding of Malta. Here's what was scheduled to happen. Scotland becomes independent. Part of Northern Ireland joins the Republic of Ireland. Brittany, detached from France. Basque Country and Catalonia are separating from Spain. Italy is divided into the north and the south. Belgium is divided in Flanders and Wallonia. Czechoslovakia. It breaks in two. Kaliningrad becomes autonomous zone in Russia. Kosovo joins Albania. Transylvania become part of Hungary. Current Romanian counties, Dulj, Karaš-Severin, and Timiș, detached from Romania and become a country of gypsies. The western part of Bessarabia returns to Romania. And the eastern part of Bessarabia, including Transnistria, become autonomous area Dniester in Ukraine. Ceausescu had received such a document, and about him talking in General Chelaru. Let's see similarities between the above-mentioned map data and events from the old continent since 1990. In 1993, Czechoslovakia disappear from the world map, and appear Czech Republic and Slovakia. The breakup of Yugoslavia, as the document says, was the effect of a series of armed conflicts since 1990, when Germany first recognized the independence of Slovenia and Croatia. In 1991 starts the war between Serbs and Croats, and in 1992 between Serbs and Bosnian. In 1996, the Albanian mafia takes control of drug trafficking in the Balkans. In 1999, NATO bombing destructive Serbia. In February 2008, Kosovo declares independence from Serbia with recognition of EU and US. It is expected that will join Albania in the next period. In November 2007, the Scottish Regional Prime Minister, Alex Salmond, Scottish National Party head, spoke first about a timetable for separation from Britain, and predicted that Scotland will be independent in 10 years respectively, in 2017. That was very close to occur in the summer of 2016, because of Brexit, the process by which Great Britain out of the EU, following a controversial popular election, which overturned the Scottish people, who asked to separate the UK. In November 2007, the Flemish ignite the spark of divisions in Belgium. Flemish MPs voting on a law aimed at reducing the voting rights of francophones. It happens for the first time since the independence of Belgium in 1830. In the summer of 2009, the Berlusconi government is rocked by a scandal who revived the idea of secession between southern and northern Italy. In 2009, a residents of several areas of Catalonia participated in a symbolic referendum on the independence of this region to the government of Madrid. Escalating street battles between mafia clans in the years 2007, 2008, 2009 seem to never end in the center of Craiova city, the capital of Romanian province, Oltenia. Now, let's return to General Chelaru, and we quote from his statements they made at the time of the conscience causes him to take his approach. Mircea Chelaru. Oltenia had to get past Romania in December 2000. At the time, we had information, according to which the enclavization of South Oltenia by the mafia structures is imminent. As far I know, they had not yet given up this plan. let's return, and the terrible plane crash from Bangladesh. Reliable source, inside the system. The man who brought information from Malta in 1989 was an Airbus plane who crashed in Bangladesh in 1995. There was not a plane crash, was an execution. It was himself targeted and must not be allowed to reach Brussels, with any cost, including the lives of 49 passengers of the plane, plus the crew members. Because people should not ever know what they prepared for them in Malta in 1989. Many of their plans were already carried out. And others are underway. We see that, and we feel all in our daily lives. Until we not continue to keep evil tendency to sell our neighbor as we are sold ourselves by this pathetic Soviet character, we will not achieve what happens to us, and we will continue our lives in the service of some vicious and avid of unreal individuals. The trend of subjecting the majority by a minority there is now on sight, and is expressed, at least in general perception, through the immense setback in terms of stability of the life on Earth himself.